I mean, Bitcoin above $60,000, Ethereum on its way to $2,000 and above. What should you do right now? Take profits or should you buy more Bitcoin? I'll let you know, stick around. What's up, Crypto Land? Black Crypto here, bringing another cryptocurrency video where I talk about the basics of Bitcoin and everything else cryptocurrency. So right now, with the price of Bitcoin shattering $60,000, we can confirm that we are definitely in a bull run. Of course, I did a video before where I said, hey, if we dip down all the way to $42,000, then that's probably the start of a bear market. And we did not hit that bottom. So I can definitely say that we're back on track in terms of a bull run. So we hit $60,000 in terms of that resistance. We hit $61,000. Where from here? Maybe $75,000. But right now, you have a decision to make. And that's probably two decisions. One, should you buy some more Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies? Or should you actually go ahead and cash out right now if you actually have some Bitcoin? And that's what I want to kind of talk about. So I guess the first decision that you probably want to have to make is, should you buy or should you buy more Bitcoins? Well, of course you should. There's no better time to buy Bitcoin than right now. Of course, the price of Bitcoin is a big factor. If you wait until the price of Bitcoin goes up a little bit more, then it'll be a whole lot more expensive. But if you say you want to wait a little bit, the price of Bitcoin may go all the way down. So that's a decision that you probably have to make in terms of what you want to do in terms of also the long term. When it comes to you in terms of the long term, you have to think about the price of Bitcoin, and do you have hopes in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of the price going up? It's at $60,000 right now. Do you think the price of Bitcoin is going to go all the way up to $600,000 or maybe $1 million? If so, then go ahead and buy some Bitcoin and then hold it over the long term so that that price can actually go all the way up and you can take profits at that time. But of course, if you think the price is going to go down, you might say, hey, I might want to buy a cheaper Bitcoin. But as we can see that a lot of people have been thinking the exact same way, and the price of Bitcoin just keeps going up. So you're going to have to make a decision on how you want to actually start buying Bitcoin. Also think about dollar cost averaging in terms of when the price is going up or when the price is going down as you slowly put money inside of the market. But of course, right now, the decision is yours in terms of what you should actually do. I always tell people there's no better time than right now. Honestly, the decision is pretty simple. Always remember that I am not a financial advisor. Make sure you go ahead and seek a professional whenever it comes to you and your finances. Then there's the other decision that has to be made. And of course, this is if you have some Bitcoins already. Should you actually go ahead and cash out and take some profits? Well, this is a personal decision that you're going to have to make for yourself in terms of you and your investments. And what do you believe in terms of Bitcoin right now and in terms of the long term? Of course, right now, in terms of the price going all the way above $60,000, you can go ahead and take out some profits. Take off a little bit. Don't cash out all of your Bitcoins right now because you'll be pretty upset and pretty mad if the price of Bitcoin skyrockets in the future and then you sold all of your Bitcoins. So of course, I will always tell somebody, hey, if you need it right now in terms of some cash, whether you need to pay some bills, for instance, go ahead and take a little bit of the profits right now and then hold on to the rest of your Bitcoins. Okay, so I want you to keep something in mind. Now, this has to do with the amount of Bitcoin that you have and the dollar representation of the amount of Bitcoin that you actually have. Now, in a previous video I got $1,000 that was in my Exodus wallet worth of Bitcoin. And I took half of that, which is about $500, and I sent that over to BlockFi to invest that Bitcoin. So I was left with about $477. But of course now today, because the price of Bitcoin has now skyrocketed, my price has now increased in terms of the amount of that dollar value of my Bitcoin to now over $600. But the actual amount of Bitcoin that I have did not change. So I want you to definitely keep that in mind. So what I can do right now is I can go ahead and cash out a little money if I want to by maybe doing $100, right? And going to the ATM and cashing that out. Or I can actually go ahead and invest my actual Bitcoin. So if I go ahead and cash out $100, I'm left with $500. But if I go ahead and invest it in BlockFi, what I want you to remember is I'm not going ahead and transferring the dollar amount over to BlockFi. So for instance, right now I have $600. I can go ahead and deposit this money over to BlockFi, but I will be getting interest on the Bitcoin itself, not on $600, for instance, in terms of the interest. So keep that in mind. Whenever you're transferring Bitcoin, in terms of keeping in mind, is this your interest on the actual Bitcoin itself, or are you cashing out in terms of getting that actual dollar amount right then and there? All right, Crypto Land, so there you have it. So you have a decision to actually make right now. Maybe you want to go ahead and buy some Bitcoins, or maybe go ahead and cash out. I know that I want to actually hold on to some more of my Bitcoins, and maybe I might cash out just a little bit off the top. I'm probably going to go ahead and send some more over to my crypto interest account and see exactly how that actually works out a little bit later on. But I definitely know the price of Bitcoin is now probably going to be going up to all the way $100,000 and testing that out this year. So we might actually see a dip before the actual increase. Of course, this might be that, spring break bounce that we're seeing right now before that summertime fall, but we don't ever know. Of course, it can always go all the way up, and that's the decision that you're gonna have to make for yourself. Guys, I'm Black Crypto. Thank you for checking out another cryptocurrency video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that bell so you'll be notified anytime I release any new videos right here on this channel. And make sure you hit that like button so you can help me get this video recommended out there to everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.